So I will go with. I mean, let's break it down now, so I could just pull out all my evidence. A lot of motherfuckers have been talking a lot of shit because I posted this Genin team, the Ultimate Genin team, and the people I listed was Sasuke, Neji, and Shino. And because people love to ride Shikamaru's dick, I'm not saying Shikamaru's not a cold character and doesn't deserve some respect, but because fans love to do that, there's a lot of hate going on in the comments talking about remove Shino and put
Hmm.
Shikamaru. Now, I think the source of this hate is coming from the fact that where we see them end game and the hype moments we got from Shikamaru versus Shino. But I wanted to break it down to whatever facts I had to show that I think at this point in time, at first my argument was just up to round two. So this was before the final round of the Chunin exams that I think Shino was better than Shikamaru all around. But based off what I saw versus the Sound 5 or Sound 4, sorry, in the Sasuke retrieval arc, I want to argue that up until that point, Shino was still better than Shikamaru. So basically, this introduces the topic of Shino versus Shikamaru in the tuning exam sections. We're breaking it down three ways: one versus one, team wise, and strategy. I think because I'm already kind of there, I'm gonna start with the 1v1, and then we can all talk about that. Then we'll go to the other parts. For 1v1, I'm taking Shino probably we're talking 10 out of 10. I think I will argue 9 to 8 out of 10 fights. My reasoning pre-tuning exams is coming from the fact that I think Shino pull out way more strats and his ability is more applicable to more situations than Shikamaru. Plus, I think versus Shikamaru, he is a hard counter in any situation. Even if you lock him into any sort of shadow possession jutsu, he always has the backup of the bugs, which, as far as I know, Shikamaru can't possess. Plus, I think there's a limit on how many of those things he can escape anyway. So even if he could possess the bugs, there's no way he's getting all of them. So I think he's definitely losing on the chakra point there. Now, post tuning exams, my argument that could be countered is basically going off of other fights. So when Shikamaru fought the Sound 4 chick, one, he didn't really win that fight. It got to a stalemate and he would have lost if Tamari didn't come and save him. Two, she was the second weakest. I'm sorry, she was the second strongest of the Sound Four, according to what I read on the wiki. First being Sakon and the twins.
Hmm.
Um, I bring this up because the second point is that Sakon and Ukon were beaten by Kankuro, who fought Shino to a stalemate pre that fight. So, if we argue by proxy, Shino took down someone who took down somebody stronger than a person Shikamaru was going to lose to a stalemate and won. Like, I guess it was a tie. He got him with poison gas. Shino got him with the bug. They both lost their chakra KO. Um, versus Shikamaru at that time, who stratted his way, a very good strat, getting close to the dub with this girl, but basically stalemated it until he was able to get help by another sound ninja to win that fight. So based off of what I saw in that, not making this like a page long thesis, I think that even post the tuning exams, Shino would still take that dub. Maybe a little bit less, but I don't think Shikamaru's growth was that great posted either. We just see more moves from him. So I still think it's probably gonna be a strong 8 out of 10 in my opinion. And that's
Um,
it. That's my evidence. I'm out.
I'm
Arguments can go.
I'm a piggyback onto that by saying even post time skip and Shippuden, we get to see Shino like once, and he used like this global bug sphere jutsu that is like why I always, and I get it. It was literally only one page in some obscure chapter, but back then I remembered it and it went hard because that jutsu go hard. He like envelop you in a globe of swirling bugs that eat your chakra and suck your blood till you dead. Like that nigga cold. I don't know how Shikamaru getting out of that post time skip. He dropped that on Shikamaru. What that nigga doing? Like shadow possession them bugs, that's dead. Like the nigga just dead. I see is like honestly a 9 out of 10, and the only reason Shikamaru getting one is because, like y'all, I too am a Shikamaru fanboy.
Exactly. That's it.
And so I put respect on that nigga name. He
I
gonna
just
get
hope he can
one.
pull out one. That's
Yeah.
it. That's really it.
All right. If we talking Chunin exams, I honestly would give Shino 10 out of 10.
Oof.
For the simple reason that we've already talked about, there's too many bugs. I would feel that all Shino would have to do at the start of the match would be all my bugs get Shikamaru. And he would truly have no counter from what we've seen of the capability of Shikamaru. So I just don't see it. And then if you want to say, oh, he gets one lucky dodge, okay, Shino still got strats. So he does the one lucky dodge. Shino comes in, gets like a slight hit, with he only still got bugs on him, even though he said all bugs get him. Shino ain't stupid. He still got at least 5 in the pocket. Boom. Get like 2 or 3 on the homie after that close range coming in. It's already a wrap. So I would honestly give Shino 10 out of 10. I just don't see any dub Shikamaru getting.
I got one thing to say to you, Shikamaru hater, for this 10 out of 10. Kunai parachute.
Oh my god.
What's up? Kunai parachute.
Parachute?
Give my
What
nigga
you
one,
mean?
bro. Kunai parachute, bro.
Again, the quantity is too massive. Homie can have an army going up against Shino, and then for kicks, be like, you know what? F your parachute. Couple bugs, go knock out the parachute. Like what?
That's what Tamari thought too. Kunai parachute. He getting one.
Yeah.
He getting one.
No, one thing I also want to add, I didn't get to bring it up in my example, is Shino does have the hands, contrary to popular belief. He's I think in his battle in the tuning exams, he knocked dude out in like one punch. So far, like I would argue that in close range combat, Shino is taking the dub over Shikamaru. I don't think we've seen anything notable from Shikamaru as far as close range combat goes to say he would beat Shino. If they were just throwing hands, just putting that out there.
Right. No, I mean, like, I would definitely agree. And then, like, plus, I mean, like I said, with Shino throwing hands, in my opinion, you can't get hit by Shino because Homie has a bug on him that when you do get hit, that bug is all it needs to get the dub in the first place. So, I'm just going to throw that out there. So pre-tuning exams, I'm actually still all for the 10 for Shino, 0 for Shikamaru. However, post-tuning exams, I'm actually willing to give Shikamaru 2 dubs for the simple reason of the shadow stitching jutsu. As soon as you found out that Shikamaru can actually use his shadows to actually like touch like physical inanimate objects and even stab people, I think
Which scenario is this, real quick?
Oh, wait, what?
Which scenario is this you're talking about?
I mean, I'm just talking about in general. He started
No, you
using
said what
shadow
time period
stitching jutsu a decent amount after the
what
tuning.
time period did
Are
we
you still
see
going
this?
Chunin 101?
Huh? Oh yeah,
Like,
but
what do
still
you
talking
like?
about one. I mean, like it sounded like we were comparing like verses as far as like the 2 characters like pre and post tuning exams. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, so I'm saying, which one are you on? You're on post right now.
I'm talking about post.
Okay.
I was saying like in the tuning exams and pre-tuning exams, I gave Shino 10 wins, Shikamaru 0 wins. Post tuning exams, like in Shippuden, I would give Shikamaru 2 wins. So I guess Shino 8 out of 10 for that fight then, if you to put it another way. Because the shadow stitching jutsu can definitely use with Shikamaru strats to try and, get like a shadow in to just stab him or throw a kunai from a different kind of angle that Shino just wouldn't be able to predict. That I can actually see. But again, I mean, Shino's
What's the shadow stitching jutsu? What's that?
The shadow stitching jutsu. It's pretty much just like
what
using
does
his
he do?
shadows to like physically do ish instead of just possessing.
Like shadow spikes and like
Right.
it's kind of how he beat Yadan.
Shit, I
Yeah.
forgot he even had that. Shit, okay. Let's go, Shikamaru. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, but I mean, like you still got the massive amount of Shino bugs, and then you still definitely got more versatility with his bugs, which is experience. So I mean, I'm still giving it mostly to Shino, but I definitely see Shikamaru with some dubs there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for 1v1.
Wow.
Kunai
parachute.
Yeah, you are.
All right. So honestly, for tuning exams, it's for me, it's kind of weird because I think it really depends. Are we assuming they're fighting in the Chunin Exams arena?
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel outdoors, like that gives Shikamaru like way more chances to do shit with his brain. But I would actually, I don't know. I'm thinking Shino will go 10 out of 10. But like you said, just because of Shikamaru, I feel I should give him at least
The
one.
respect.
Yeah, I should.
Respect.
So I'm gonna say 9.5 then. I'm gonna split it.
There we
I'm gonna
go.
say
Wow.
9.5
to
off
Shino.
Kunai Parachute, bro.
Yeah, he'll get
Yeah.
a Shino to win and then admit that he lost, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so he gonna figure something out. But I mean, it's just weird because like Chunin Exams, Shikamaru, he doesn't even really have any way to attack you. Besides, yeah, he doesn't actually. He doesn't have the. What was it called again, Drago? What was that?
Wait, say again?
Shadow
What was that?
The shadow stitching jutsu.
Shadow stitching or whatever. He doesn't have that.
Homie didn't see. Yeah, we didn't see that until afterwards.
Yeah, so he can't really attack you anyway. Even the way he beat that girl was he had to make her hit her head on the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that isn't gonna work against Shino. So that's why I don't really see him doing much against Shino. I never thought Shikamaru was a good one-on-one fighter anyway. Because he just doesn't have the moveset to fight people. Especially if it's in, like you said, in the Chunin exam arena where he doesn't have time to pre-plan or there isn't.
Oh, here we go. The Batman Gambit.
No, fact. I mean, that's literally what it is, though. That's the only reason he beat.
Prep time.
Hey,
Only reason
Batman
he beat
versus
that
God with prep time.
Immortal.
It's over with, bro.
But yeah. So obviously 9.5 goes to Shino, and then post Chunin, I still think Shino would win most of the time. But like, well, actually, I'm gonna go 5-5 because
Up till when though? Like, at what point are you considering post? Because to me, I was considering post tuning pre Shippuden, but Player 5 brought in like he added the Shippuden piece to a degree.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was thinking, I mean, I think that towards the end, Shikamaru probably would win.
I was just putting that in there because, like, obviously this is just like a Genin team, which means technically you can't do post tuning exam because post tuning Shikamaru gets buffed up to tuning. But so that's why I was just adding in, like, you know, because I figure we adding some strats. Like if you're talking about the Tayuya fight, technically Shikamaru's a tuning. So if we can get some tuning strats off Shikamaru, you feel me? Like, you know, I was just throwing that in there. My boy Shino got one panel to show off, and that shit was stronger than anything I seen Shikamaru do.
Yeah. So I mean, I would just, but I mean, you defined a clear stopping point. That's what I was saying. So I was saying, so like, if he's going 5 out of 5, are you talking like end series Naruto? Or are you talking halfway through the Chunin exam? Because I think there's a point where it flips.
I'm not even talking Chunin exams yet. I mean, not Shippuden yet. I'm talking about like when they were fighting Sasuke Retriever, essentially.
Okay, wow, it's 5 out of 5. Interesting. Okay, let's hear the reasoning behind that one.
Because at that point, Shikamaru has a way to actually attack him. That alone should bump it, just drop it from 9.5 to maybe at least 7.5, and then as long as we are not in the confined space of the of the Chunin exams arena, I feel like, and I get y'all saying Shino has strats, but it's a fact that it's not on the level of Shikamaru. I mean, that's just what it is.
And so I feel like he can pull out. It a fact? I gotta ask.
I think the only fact we got on it is Asuma put hype on that. Like Asuma was like, "Yo, this nigga IQ 200," and he was talking to Shino's sensei, and Shin go, "Well, shit, Shino shit 300." Like so I'm gonna take that as the only fact we got on it.
And this is
to me, that's essentially saying that Rocky doesn't have the best, or God doesn't have the best taijutsu just because they didn't specifically say it. When
I don't think that's the same. No,
to me it is. I'm just saying. I'm giving you my point of view. In Shippuden, when Naruto had just came back, and Sasuke and not Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura were fighting Kakashi, and they was comparing all of his stats to everyone else. They went down the line. His taijutsu is as good as like Leo guys. That means it's A1. His genjutsu is as good as like Sasuke's. His strats and just intellect, whatever, is as good as Shikamaru's. They didn't mention anything about Shino. To me, it's how the story portrays Shikamaru is clear that he has better strats than Shino. And that's not saying Shino is shitty. That's just saying that Shikamaru is Shikamaru. His dad was that nigga for a reason. That that's his blood. I don't know if it might be a Kekkei Genkai for all we know, but it's clear. And it's crazy for you to even like argue against it. That it's clear that Shino has like a level of strats that's above anyone else in the entire village.
I can only agree with that post like in Shippuden. Like I feel like what I saw in the Chunin exam time period, you can't definitively say Shikamaru has more stress than Shino at that particular time period. We've seen almost the same amount of fights from both, and I think the level of strats executed by both is equally the same.
So I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, and I would like to say I think we've officially transitioned to the strategy category.
Sure.
I would like to say that I'm in the middle because I see what Deuce is saying, right? Like that by all accounts in story, he's the best. But that's kind of like that whole thing with the third Hokage, right? By all accounts in story, the third Hokage should be the strongest Kage. But from what we see, most niggas will put the third Hokage towards the bottom of their list, right? So that's why I kind of bring up this whole thing where I'm like, I get what dude's saying. Technically, niggas got clout on this nigga Shikamaru. But we seen through multiple ninjas that clout don't mean shit sometimes. So like this nigga Shino, from what we seen in the Chunin exam, he solo carried his ass team to the second fastest victory behind Gaara, which is crazy in the fucking Forest of Death. The nigga had multiple strats to bang a sound ninja that was like able to like body Lee and Sakura. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
My nigga showed he got strats.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, I'm not saying he doesn't. So when you're saying the third Hokage thing, that's just like niggas. That's people talking, right? That's like people of the third Hokage's time is hyping him up. But portrayal wise, he is not portrayed to be the strongest Hokage.
I mean, all I'm saying is portrayal wise though, like pre-Shippuden. Once again, I keep qualifying with pre-Shippuden. Where did we see a clear distinction between the level of stress Shino did and Shikamaru did? And I'm not just talking about people calling it out that he's smarter. I'm saying like period. We've seen multiple of their fights. I think maybe you just forgetting the Shino fights, but based off what Player 5 was saying of stuff that was like subtly hinted and also the stuff that was clear in fights, I don't see how you can say Shikamaru was clearly like, and I'm talking about because it sounds like you're saying leagues above. If anything, they were tied to very close at this point in time. Post, we saw nothing from Shino, so all I have to do is go off of what I saw from Shikamaru, and this is why I can give him the clear dub. But Shippuden, I don't see where that statement is coming from. That's all I'm saying.
So I would just say that, yeah, okay, we haven't seen much from Shino post, like in Shippuden at all. But even if we did, the point of where Shikamaru is, where he got to, that alone tells us that is his job. He's a strategist. I mean, like for the village.
Yeah,
that is literally like.
But I'm not arguing that part. I'm arguing pre-Shippuden. That's the point I'm trying to get you to make clear to me because you're saying I can't argue that, but I can argue it pre-Shippuden. Post-Shippuden, I can't. I don't disagree with nothing you're saying.
Okay, I don't think there's a difference pre-Shippuden. I don't think there's any difference.
You don't just think because he got smarter.
I think they both got smarter, but I'm saying that the percentage of that they got smarter, I think Shikamaru was always smarter than him.
So you think they're tied in strats pre-Shippuden?
No, I think Shikamaru's better than him pre-Shippuden.
Wow. Okay. Like I say, all I'm saying is where's the clear line there that you're saying exists. You can believe whatever you want. You're saying there's a clear line.
The clear line is Shippuden. That from what I'm understanding, he's pretty much saying the distinction was made in Shippuden of how much smarter Shikamaru was than Shino, and since that intellect gap between the two characters technically hasn't changed from pre-Shippuden to Shippuden, then you can use that as
thank you very much for articulating that.
That's how I'm interpreting the argument.
Okay, all right. When you put it that way, I can see why you're saying that. Sure.
Because even then, if they both win fights, sure, that like how you say, there's nothing for me to prove that Shikamaru like gets the edge, there's nothing to prove that Shino does either. Like they both win fights off strats. It wasn't against each other, so there's no way that we can even clearly state that one person is better than the other. They didn't fight the same person. They didn't fight each other. This is all speculation. So the only thing that we have we can kind of firmly say that Shikamaru is better is in Shippuden, where it's clear that for whatever reason he surpassed Shino in strats. And one-on-one fight may still be different, but strat-wise, you have to give it to Shino. I mean, not to Shino, to Shikamaru.
It's hard for me to argue against it because it's the only data we have. But at the same time, like we're making the assumption, an interpolation of this graph that it's linear, and it could not be, right? Shino's growth could have been exponential for all we know. So, I mean, but I ain't got no evidence to argue otherwise. All I can say is like, I guess they hold my nigga Shino. I guess. So we're good. So we just go ahead. We can move to like team wise. Like so, I guess the team wise argument was like, all right, between Shino and Shikamaru. So we say Shino gets the edge in 1v1, Shikamaru gets the edge in strategy. But now to the team wise, because I'm the Shino stan here, I gotta go with Shino. I think that to a team.
Well, before we start, are we talking about their Genin teams? Or are we talking about if we put them on a team with the same people?
A team with Sasuke and Neji, because Sasuke and Neji are the clear-cut other two members. There's no like debate on them. So the team that they come into is Sasuke and Neji. Okay. So with that being said, I think that in a team of Sasuke and Neji, the strats would not be super beneficial as much as your ability to be a long range fighter and to support them two niggas. I think that the only bonus that Shikamaru really brings is the ability to hard crowd control. Like, yo, I can stop this nigga in his tracks. But I'm like, I got the two fastest Genin on my side. I don't need no nigga to be not moving. If we being real, like we know he's an expert tracker. Shino is an expert tracker. Evidence of that is him basically getting his team, which was compiled of fucking Hinata and Dog nigga, the two garbages niggas. He was able to lead them to the second place finish in the Forest of Death behind Gaara, who broke a record. You know what I'm saying? So Shino was going hard. In the manga, I don't know if y'all was reading, but at that time I was still reading the manga before the anime came out. Shino didn't just drain them niggas' chakra. He murdered everybody. That nigga kill him. So if Sasuke and Neji like, bro, we gotta drop bodies, Shino just gonna nod. He ain't saying shit. Niggas dead. They came across the carnage that nigga Shino put down, and niggas was disgusted, right? Like Shino will kill a nigga. Yeah, like I said, he's excellent at tracking, excellent at intel, excellent at long range fighting. I think he's the perfect team for a largely close range Sasuke and Neji. I think he fits best.
I mean, I would just pretty much second that, and I would think going against either or, pretty much Shikamaru's like a trump card with strats. Like you said, I don't think the strats are as important with that team. They're bodying most niggas, and if they're going against each other, I think at that time period, Shino's whatever strats were still comparable enough that Shikamaru can't just easily get dubs on them. They're not gonna walk around just being totally foolish. So I think he's still counter enough there. Plus, he's an actual asset in terms of his ability. I find it hard to believe that without some intervention from Sasuke and Neji actually like coordinated it so Shikamaru can use his power, it's going to be hard for him to just get it off all the time in the way Shino can in his battles. But more or less, Player Fire, you summed up my thought on it. I think team-wise, I would give it to Shino.
I think pause. When we say team wise, are we saying in every aspect in the sense of like Genin team, Chunin team, Jonin team?
I think it'd be a bit much to try and extrapolate that because we still not in the clear on how powerful Neji was. I would be somebody to argue that he was up there with Kakashi. There are other people that will look at me like I'm goofy. So I say we keep it at Genin level.
If we're keeping it Genin level, then I think the only plus that Shikamaru would have over Neji would simply be his strats, but I would say his strats would be pointless in a Genin team for the simple reason that you don't go for the Genins for the strats in the first place. You go for the Jonin leader of the squad. So, aka the team is more there for the bodies / abilities, which Shino has that in spades. Considering no matter what kind of mission the team would be on, Shino would be a valuable asset for any kind of objective. Whereas Shikamaru would just be the best he could really be would be like a backup plan / contingency expert, but with the kind of missions they would be on, that's pretty much pointless. So in that kind of scenario, I would pick Shino every time.
Yeah, with this again, it pains me, but I mean, I would pick Shino every time for this also. Just because even the people that we put them with, like you guys talked about it, it's like there's no need for a strategist. Neji and Sasuke are probably like the upper echelon of strategists anyway, in at least out of those Genin, I would say. True. So again, there's not really a need for them, and those they're overpowered to the point where like the strats didn't even come in that to play because they're that overpowered. I assume they're fighting against other Genin, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. I would say with Shikamaru might have a better chance if it was more average teammates, because I think that's where like strategies may make more of a difference. Because if your teammates aren't the top 3 Genin, then you actually got to think, you got to strategize. So if it was 10-10, maybe they would still lose, but they would do a better job with Shikamaru than with Shino, I think. But yeah, I mean, I don't even see how I can give it to Shikamaru, so Shino has to take it.
A side note, I just was thinking about as we were talking about this, like what if we replace this Genin team with the other Genin missions that we've seen Team 7 go on? Like imagine Sasuke, Neji, and Shino versus like
Zabuza and Haku.
Zabuza and Haku. Like I don't think Zabuza going home that day. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
at all, bro.
It's dead.
He like, damn, these niggas is coming with some heat. The leaf done changed, bro. Maybe we should stop killing all our people in their Chunin exams.
Like, that nigga Neji was like, yo, there's a fucking little girl. Actually, no, that's a boy watching us in the trees right now. And she know to be like, all right, bro, I'm on it.
Rotation.
Haku would have murked all them niggas.
I think the rotation is hard, bro.
The rotation, and then okay, let's put it this way: if Haku wanted them dead, yes, they're dead. I agree with you. But if Haku was playing the same game she was playing with Naruto and them, Haku would have been asleep because Byakugan would have been like, all right, this motherfucker not hiding. It's a little girl sitting in the tree back there. And then you can send the bugs to literally crawl up there. So by the time she ready to jump off, she like, whoa, shit, I'm out of chakra.
That's
just fall the fuck.
Yeah, I know good and well she know the type of person that got sensory bugs following him around like a few feet out, just making sure niggas ain't following them.
And if he not, they got Kakashi. Kakashi would have been like, hey, bro, peep this strat. How your bugs lingering behind?
Okay, never mind. We still talking about Kakashi's still there and everything. Oh yeah. I mean,
like
I think plus I think the Haku fight now becomes the team fight instead of Naruto OP-ness fight. And them as a team versus Haku, even if she can easily beat them 1v1, but versus that team, no way she's coming out with a dub.
Yeah, because you replace Sakura, who was useless.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I want to throw this one last thing out on the Haku bit. Let us not forget that Kid Jesus himself talked no jutsu Haku out of being a murder bot. So if he not there to talk her out of be like, you know what? I gotta kill these niggas. Haku definitely dropping all them niggas instantly. All right, I'm sorry.
I had to kill these like children. Win, bro. That shit's hilarious.
Wow.
No, Haku was a Jonin anyway. Shit.
Yeah, Haku was admittedly stronger than Kakashi. He was like, all right, let me buy these niggas.
Hey, bro, it is what it is.